the way they show support. That is the way they show their faithfulness to you. But in it was not an action of love, of faithfulness, or support, but it was betrayal. And Jesus was like, everything, if you are not in your man, the mountain says, or Cecil, and said, Judas, he didn't remember those. But now I didn't you. Now you miss me. Nakuma would put Nakuma said, what do you say to you? And you don't make a note. Said, my man and his son will be to be to the fool. The Makan, who to be sharing who to be coming to who can't be a meeting, the Makan and Makan. Cock. The Wakan Night. The Assembly, Nipa na better than one friend. I don't think Bunipa, Sudipa, not Tunipa. Judas, therefore said, "You are Christ, whom I hear. I didn't get any meeting. I don't think the name of town for a way meeting. But then I town for a meeting, and I'm prepared. Bible said, get 7 or 1 pie. Who said, for 4 about. We never, you had to say, Obusa said, Christ on anyone was a way, or Muko Michi, and Mutafi, and I'm sorry, Prince. Lucas said, any man to any mark, essay. Christo, Peter, any somebody can say yes. Yet you can grant you who man. What's it? Your drink granted who again granted. Say, make go to me. Say, me say, me chill one. And I go for the end. Me came from what you wish you had. Oh, my ready say, oh, myself, oh, what to say, the simple. Oh, my. And if I want that year, it's so that year. But we just about fast and the asset. Bible said, and which one more chill. Luke 24. We are near Matthew 26. Into Luke 22, verse 54. Luke 22, verse 54. Then took they him and led him and brought him into the high priest's house, and Peter followed afar off. And when they had kindled a fire in the midst of the hall, and were set down together, Peter sat down among them. But a certain maid beheld him as he sat by the fire, and earnestly looked upon him and said, this man was also with him. And he denied him, saying, woman, I know him not. And after a little while, another saw him and said, thou art also of them. And Peter said, man, I am not. And about the space of 1 hour, after another confidently affirmed, saying, of a truth, this fellow also was with him, for he is a Galilean. And Peter said, man, I know not what thou sayest. And immediately, while he yet spake, the cock crew. And the Lord turned and looked upon Peter. And Peter remembered the word of the Lord, how he had said unto him, before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me thrice. And Peter went out and wept bitterly. And the men that held Jesus mocked him and smote him. And when they had blindfolded him, they struck him on the face and asked him, saying, Professor, who is it that smote thee? And many other things blasphemously speak they against him. Matthew chapter 26, Verse 57. Now the ones who had arrested Jesus led him to Cephas, the high priest, in whose house the experts in the law and the elders had gathered. But Peter was following him from a distance, all the way to the high priest's courtyard. After going in, he sat with the guards to see the outcome. The chief priest and the whole Sanhedrin were trying to find false testimony against Jesus so that they could put him to death. But they did not find anything, though many false witnesses came forward. Finally, two came forward and declared, "This man said, I am able to destroy the temple of God and rebuild it in 3 days." So the high priest stood up and said to him, "Have you no answer? What is this that they are testifying against you?" But Jesus was silent. The high priest said to him, "I charge you under oath by the living God. Tell us if you are the Christ, the Son of God." Jesus said to him, "You have said it yourself. But I tell you, from now on, you will see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of the power and coming on the clouds of heaven." Then the high priest tore his clothes and declared, "He has blasphemed. Why do we still need witnesses? Now you have heard the blasphemy. What is your verdict?" He answered, "He is guilty and deserves death." Then they spat in his face and struck him with their fists, and some slapped him, saying, "Prophesy for us, you Christ, who hit you?" Amen. And then you can the arrest and the denial of Peter. The arrest. Bible said, "Emra wo chill." Omere ko also believe Cephas. Nifi. So omo ko di Kristo nasa. Na omo ye pan biara se omo budu kumfo. Na nso Bible said omo ye ya omo nyebi. The big kind of person between one being as he said was in Crawford action. What did they call Cephas fee? Under Jewish law and customs, and said, "Ye cheap obi." Then you did not say, "A son, a year, a good kumfua." Ye did not say, "Ye did anyway." The Atosu, ye did not say, "I will be free." The Atosu, yes, so only part ye did not say. And says, "I guess a year as a yasha as ye assembly. So assembly making now as is here, oh, a solify, and depending on Asia. Now ye be assembly swap. Preoccuped you put the Bakulu Kufu. Ye got 2 days, 24 hours, like 1 day. Said the way I said, a woman will be home. And then the year come, said the great room, and then the great meeting. But I never went down, because I didn't see any people dream of Kuma. Said all person who book is to Kung Fu. One man who crack map were not willing to show us the destination. What would you say, Grandpa said? Papaya or Casa, the Como, the Nia, Senorina, Aya, Onyakupu, Bia, Messiah, Bia, but they denied it. He didn't come from among them. He didn't say what they wanted him to say. He didn't do as they wished him to do. Therefore, he was not part of them. And until they cast him to be condemned. ɛno nti na Kristo sɛ mudue sɛ nipa ni na tɔ due sɛ nipa ni na kasa wɔde ayɛ papa due ɛsɛ sɛ ɔtɛn fi ba ɔsi na ebia no gyina sɔre fie ɛka Onyankopɔn asɛm ɛyɛ nsɛnkyerɛnne gbɛngu mi fa na wɔde nyinaa ho adi ti na maba ɛba bɛkyi ne anadwo na maba bɛkyi ne sɛ obi a bɛyɛ wudi ni wɔn anana Kristo ewu enipa koma Kristo sɛ the heart of man is desperately wicked enipa koma enipa na mo tuo many we can be the same easy but I do be and I feel I'm able to be able to I know I want to be able to answer I am doing the good as here you know to me I am also I am doing it here and I'm not put at 2 years you know to be I can't here but I'm doing it here. Bonina, in Cofone, somebody so good today. You bet today, but I am too busy. I am too possessed with a problem. And it's about to say, oh, is here? What would decrease to herself? What would I know? What would you can no one knew. Attention is there's who will lose addiction or yell, jealousy, bitterness, and throwing. Maybe I'm not Papa. When you are with human beings, because the actions of people can blind you to see good things. Or yell to you throwing you. Jealousy cry, I can't go to you. I'm Oya. A bit friendly. A bit friendly to the extent that the thing that you need to celebrate, you will not celebrate. Oh, one more contrast and Oya will be able to say, as I'm saying, take the phone from him. In I am a we are say, pay attention to and then who we are here, we can't be they are we a bit flowing or young. And it's one go grandma, one will do. Wawa would papa, Wawa would do as a bank excess as a manas. Wawa was she a deal said or company. Wawa will climb here. Then so Sam forms up of kind or quite behind. Woman did not say, Woman friend and Crawford. Decrease over dancing. But why did you decrease your area? A seven abuse of kind. They can't happen. Or say, or no, do a surrender. No, they don't be a service. I have some under the same for the Musa. Say, rather, they can see. They say they wouldn't have a not see their view. Sadly, when 8 now one check. But we don't agree as well that is a basic. I don't say, as some no come. You are taking for 3 years against as well that what they now call the basic. I don't show what you say, as well that no come. So, I saw good in 3 days, I said 3 days will go. And just say, Pharisee for almost your kindness. And that's funny by your mechanics, also. As I that is Sakay. Obi Bejina, Shay. As I know we went to do the dark base. Say the Casamaka. ɛyɛ no ɛkɔyɛ mfomso. But ɛsan sɛ ɔmo ti deɛ ɔka yɛ ase na ɔmo nim ne papa yɛ ɔyɛ ti a ɔmo pɛ sɛ ewiase ɛne nkurɔfo bɛdi n'akyi ehu ne ti ɔmo pɛ kwan yɛ ɔmo yi ne fi hɔ. Deɛ ɔtɔ so mmienu bɛ ba yɛ ɔsi Kristo dɛn na wɔka baabu sɛ wɔn emu ano bibi aba bibi abɛma bɛma bɛ papa ɛne bibi na wɔma emuayɛ bibi wɔ ha a wɔyɛ dii n'otu dɛn na wɔka wɔwɔ bibi kakra a ɛne fi ka esan sɛ tɔ de bi a wɔbɛ explain things to people they will not understand. Why? Because they have already formed their mind. Kristo emua wɔ esan sɛ they have already formed their mind. Ɔmo asi ɔmo adi bi. Ɛpo ansi na Kristo bɛbɛ ɔmo ɛyɛ ɔmo ɛbu kumfo de da. Ɛno ti ɛnyɛ deɛ ɔbɛka ɛna ɛsɛ ɔmo adi. Isaiah chapter 53 was like a sheep that was led to the slaughter. He opened not his mouth. He opened not. Even though he was being accused, he opened not. Even though he was being slandered, he opened not. Even though that he had he opened not. He only looked at them. I was opinion sorry. I was saying, only Kristo nana, only Onyankopɔn nana. I was saying, I am, and you see the Son of God riding the clouds in glory and in power. I don't see the move here of when it's attack. So I come to 7. Which of them is blasphemous? The Creator being accused by his creation, and now the creation having an answer from the Creator. They make a test. Your body. And then you are born. Why you are born? Who did you abort your nature? Can you? Any nothing. Any abort them are all my economy and I am from so. Was it a who here said the father's for? It says, and as food in the Bible said, or must something is and in the custom and in the law of the Jews. And that seems to be able to be it should be the same. And it was in 2 or 3 witnesses. Any matter, 2 or 3. Oh, cast a 1. But when you have a better like a side, and you go and move. And it's your poor piece of comfort. Yet is it to show you some of us. I feel a said, oh, before no dipple, almost so before. May answer me say, oh, before them. Ye pass over judgment. Yes, you are being sentenced to maybe 20 years in prison for killing, for stealing, for abusing.